Are you saying bitch?
I need a beat.
You look like a gopher. That's what Bucky looks and sounds like.
Oh, Bucky Irving.
Welcome to Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast. I'm your host, Coach V, back from jury duty. Jury duty. Did y'all tell them I was on jury duty?
Well, we didn't explicitly say it. We didn't want to incriminate anybody, but
Oh yeah, maybe you're not allowed. I don't know.
It's all right. He's innocent.
Yeah, that fucker, he didn't do anything. He didn't touch a 8-year-old vagina. He certainly didn't do that.
No.
I can talk about it now. They said I can talk about it. They said now that it's over, I can talk as much shit about it as I want. So I've taken. The judge said it, and he sent me a letter and everything.
He said,
"Yeah." But anyways, week 13 is upon us. How are y'all's fantasy lives holding up?
the pit is alive and well, boys. The pit's alive and well. Patrick is sitting there waiting. Patrick is saying, "Come on in. The water's warm. It's fine in here." And I'm like trying to resist the urge, but with all my might, I'm losing grip, boys. I had a really strong rain on a couple of my leagues, and the rug is just being pulled out from underneath me these past 2 weeks. And when you play against the median, you have this potential to lose like 4 games to someone behind you if they win both their matchups. So it's been pretty brutal. I've gone, I think one of my main league, I've gone 1-3 past 2 weeks. Ain't great. I'm only one game ahead of second place, my division. Still tied for a lead. The only saving grace here is the other dude that's been dominating. Tied with me. We both had sucky weeks past 2 weeks. We're still rolling. Barely squeaked out a win in our Dynasty Junkies league. So that's good, and falling out of playoffs in the other league. So, like I said, the pit is alive and well. Patrick's happier than ever.
ooh. Well, that sucks a big, juicy, fat one, as women would say.
Patrick loves it, though.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
I wasn't in the pit. You were in the pit. We all were in the pit. The pit.
Patrick was in it. The pit.
Patrick's the gatekeeper, and I was getting ready to slide on in.
Dang. Well, I'm not in the pit of despair. So I had a 7-3 week. I would have went 8-2, but CMC sucked. He only got 28. I needed 31. So I ended up losing that one. I am in one league that nobody's clinched the playoffs. In fact, 6 teams make the playoffs. The top 5 are all 7-5. So any one of them could miss. But I am sitting up top because I have 2 more points than the next guy. Let's see. I'm fighting for my life in my church league, and I've moved up to 4-8, I think, or 5-7. I don't know, 4-8, I think, but not looking so good there. But we're still fighting. We're the Miami Miracles for a reason. So who knows what could happen. I've 99% clinched a buy in the cheese. So that's been good. And my team's still fighting in junkies somehow. We're not eliminated. Mm-hmm. I don't know how. But that JSN, that whenever I traded Amon-Ra St. Brown for JSN and a first and all that, that was a pretty good trade. So looking back on it, because I basically got a free first. So yeah, I mean, other than that, just trucking along. Coach V, how was your week?
I went 2-1, and Yeah, I think I haven't looked at the standings closely, but I think I could make the playoffs in like 2 leagues. But yeah, I'm definitely not retaining my title in the Junkies. My team's pretty shit.
You're in the
Um,
playoffs currently.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, that league is some bullshit. There's no way. I'm
You're
like,
beating Superfan Matt by a solid 150 points.
where is
You're,
Superfan Matt? Because did he like intentionally? Has he been like throwing games intentionally or something? He didn't start.
he is, it seems like, and he almost beat me. You know, we're not going to talk about it though.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why is he trying to lose when he's like in playoff contention. I don't understand what he's doing.
Who knows?
So I talk to him almost every day. I don't think he's. I don't know. He tells me he's not. He says that his team's cooked, but I'm like, you're in playoff contention. It's not a bad roster. Like
He started Josh Jacobs for what it's worth.
Yeah, he
Okay.
non-updated a few times. I don't know
Oh
what he's
no, he overslept, so he stays up late. But
he loves
Yeah.
fantasy football more than anyone in the world.
I know it's crazy. Yeah, he messed up there. You gotta wake up and update your lineup. But
If he subbed out Josh Jacobs, I would have lost. I just want that to be known. So that's all it would have taken.
yeah, there was oh man, what did he do? No, Danny's tanking. If you look at
I've noticed.
yeah, Danny's tanking. And he's like very blatantly tanking, like starting his injured guys. And anyway, he wants that number 1 spot. So, and we don't have the lotto system. I think we need to implement the lotto system in Junkies, but who am I? So,
Well, I'm excited because I didn't get to do any awards last week and get my angst and stuff out. So yeah, let's get some awards going.
We tried to do our best. Well, Doc tried to do his best intro to this, and it fell flat compared to your intro. So, without further ado,
it's great because update. I had to pick up a catering order for work at Cracker Barrel today, and I haven't been in a Cracker Barrel in I think a decade. So I was kind of like excited to be in the little lobby area. I'm walking around the lobby area. What do I see? A gift basket of disappointment staring me in the face. And it came with an NFL branded cutting board to go with it. And $4.99.
man,
I was like, Christmas for less than $5. And the gift recipient gets a cutting board, or the cutting board isn't expected. So the gift purchaser might just slip it out, keep the cutting board for themselves, because no one's expecting a cutting board with these, and which would enhance the disappointment. Because
buy one of these.
Merry Christmas to you.
yeah,
You can't buy it separately for that price either.
right. I was like, the NFL, like it had like the burned NFL logo in the middle of the cutting board. I was like, that alone is worth over $5. Like,
You sure it wasn't like Timu? It wasn't like FNL?
I mean, LFN.
The League of Football National.
The Las Vegas Football Network. Like, so.
And we have a viewer.
All right. Yeah. Well, they're probably Christmas shopping. They're like, oh, that's a great idea.
Go to Cracker Barrel, get you one of these. They come with a cutting board. Oh, they left.
Cutting board included, which would be less disappointing. This version we're talking about is the plain Jane meat, cheese, crackers. You accept it into your life. Hell, one of these might be sitting out at your Thanksgiving coming up in a couple of days.
Ooh, I'd be pleased.
Do you want to cut into that bad boy? Maybe.
I would.
Who are these players that let you down? You're not throwing them into the bed, which will be in a minute, but they let you down. And so for me, we have Baker, the literal baby maker. I think this is his second baby, maybe it's his first baby.
He's making them.
But he's making them now. So Baker, the baby maker, great job making a baby. bad job playing NFL football. So
And you got
yeah. And he got injured. Before he got injured, he made sure to throw 2 interceptions. It was kind of, which one wasn't his fault. The Cotton one wasn't his fault. But anyways, yeah, I love Baker the Baby Maker. I think we all do. He kind of embodies what you want out of a good football player. And he's just had a bad week. The Bucs are kind of like struggling, it seems like, but they've had some tough matchups. And so yeah, we're not done with Baker. We'll see what the injury, if it's going to be long term, is it short term? Is it short term and he plays, but he's not 100%? He's like a guy that's going to go out there hurt. So we'll see how that affects him long term. But definitely a disappointing week for the man with the sperm who makes the babies.
Can we have a quick side rant here for a minute?
Yeah.
Those interceptions that go against the quarterback, that shouldn't, everyone knows it should not be an interception. Either A, should have been caught, or B, it was kind of fumbled up by the receiver and it turned into an interception. You know, in baseball, when it's an error, like say this guy should have been out first place, second base throws it over the first baseman's head for what should have been out. It's called an error. It doesn't go against the pitcher. Why does something like this go against the quarterback? Receivers should have interception rates as well.
Yeah, I think they should just change interceptions and fumble recoveries to lost fumbles to errors.
Ooh, which counts
And then-
separate.
Yeah, and then and it can be like fumble error or interception error or like IE, FE.
It doesn't count against you, but there's a separate stat for it.
Yeah, exactly. So that way it's like, okay, who was at fault here? And we can truly pin it on them.
Here we are, FQF, changing lives.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
All right.
So speaking of life and sperm, Saquon Barkley.
What a segue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have him anywhere, but I know I offered Quinshon Judkins for him in kind of a last-ditch effort. And anyways, glad they didn't accept. So, anyways, that's working out pretty good for me. But Saquon, just I don't know, a lot of like 10-point weeks, and you expect that more from a first-round pick. So, anyways, Saquon, just a little disappointed in you. I feel like you've been on here several times this year. Not someone we're benching because we do appreciate at least the 10 points because it's hard out here for a pimp, but we need more than that. So disappointed.
My guy I'm not putting in the bed yet, but there's more on that later, would be Lamar Jackson. He 13 for 23 through the air with 153 yards and 7 rushing attempts for 11 yards. We're expecting much more out of him on the ground than what he's been giving us. Makes you wonder, I don't know if we discussed this. I think we probably did. Question of whether he's still injured out there trying to give it his college A+ try. It's making me wonder. He was one of the reasons I lost one of my matchups this week. If I would have started Brissett instead, but I'm like, hey, it's going to be Lamar. He's back on track this week. And no, it's not. Same with what we saw the week before. Granted, it was against Cleveland, difficult opponent last week, not the past week before. Makes me wonder what to do going ahead. I'm looking at Justin Herbert, Jacoby Brissett, or Lamar Jackson. Realistically, who do I start there? Especially with Lamar Jackson has the Bengals, who statistically is a fantastic matchup. These past 2 weeks of sub 10 points really has me questioning things. So, that man deserves himself a big log of cheese. And give him some crackers to go with that. Some good old saltines. And hopefully that puts a little pep in his step to get it going next week.
Lamar, you can shove that cheese up your Jackson and head on home.
Arthur Smith said, did someone say cheese up a Jackson?
Oh my God. Munching on some cheese, baby.
Them chompers love cheese.
Yeah. So now, have you ever had a bed and just gotten a whole bunch of brown in it and just accepted it and laid in it? Well, you might be sponsored by Sleep Number, and these are some guys who have shat the bed for week number 12. Now, we have our mainstays here. We have Arthur Smith. We have Mike Vrabel, shirtless, and then we have other Arthur Smith, and just a guy going, "Oh, stinky." And then in the upper right, you got the StreamYard Duck and a few other guys who have shat the bed. So I always put too many people in here. But I'll start with my first one. Sean Tucker. Sean the fucker Tucker. He is, and like and subscribe too. But Sean Tucker, just going with the theme of 2025, top waiver wire ad, killed it. He's in a smash start spot and puts up 5 points. So back to the bed you go. He's probably going to lead the league in drops over on Sleeper. But yeah, Sean Tucker, expecting the world, not the 33, 34 points, but at least like a 17-point outing, maybe get in the end zone or something. But the Rams ended that game script pretty quickly for him whenever they jumped out to a 21 skunk lead. And then the baby maker went down, and it was just so bad. So welcome to the bed, Sean.
I was about to say, what's that picture up in the left corner there? And I'm like, oh, that's mine. That's CD Lamb.
You like that?
That makes
Figured it out. Jesus.
It took me a second. I like that though. CD Lamb though, like what's going on with him? He's had more drops than he's ever had in his career, and it's making me wonder whether there's some collusion going on. Like CD and Pickens are best friends, and they got Dak in on this. They're like, "Hey man, we need to get George paid this offseason, so I'm going to look really bad and then make George look really good, so we get him a buttload of money for the next season, and they'll be back to normal next year." Like low key, wonder if that's what's going on here. I won't know officially. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and Jerry's probably too stupid to figure it out. But alas, here we are. So, CeeDee Lamb, though, you're really screwing me hard this season so far, and I'm not appreciating it. And you don't want to be open for work. That's not a fun place to be. So,
right next to him,
you're getting really close to it. So don't gallop your way on over there. Just stay right where you're at and get on out of that bed, back where you belong, up in the clouds. Because you're on the God Squad, not because you're dead. So let's go with that.
Yeah, and CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens, don't look now, but he's wide receiver number 2 on the season. Number 2. He's a top, I think he's top 10 overall or something. Maybe top 13 or something like that, but amazing. Anyway, just a side note there. JJ McCarthy, I put him in the bed every week. But I think we are officially at rock bottom with him. A few things. I'm going to check my phone here because I don't know. I've never hated a player more. I think it's a lot. Like he lives rent free in my head, not because he's good, but because of how bad he is. But a few things I'm going to read off here that I don't have memorized. But JJ McCarthy now ranks 851 out of 852 all time in EPA per dropback among qualified passers since 2000. The only player below McCarthy is Jamarcus Russell.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Jamarcus Russell, for what it's worth, also had better stats than McCarthy in that time.
The Vikings have placed J.J. McCarthy in concussion protocol. Okay. His stats, this guy named Matt D366 on X, J.J. McCarthy truly sucks. He was awful versus the Green Bay Packers. 12 for 19, only 87 passing yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 34.2 passer rating, 5 sacks taken. 9 is currently last in completion percentage at 53%. Last in touchdown interception ratio, 6-8. Last in passer rating at 61.7. He doesn't even have a concussion. They're making this up. It's a soft benching because we wear kid gloves with JJ McCarthy. He's had it so easy his entire life. Every opportunity in the world. His dad owns a yacht. On top of all of that, his college team, the game must be harder whenever your coach isn't telling you all the plays from the other team because he cheated. So he's rich, he cheated, just all the things that I don't like in the makeup of a player. He's cringy. No one in the universe has ever called him 9. He gave himself a nickname. Whenever you give yourself a nickname, it's not true. So, anyways, I'm just really mean to him. But he I don't know, just represents everything that I don't like. And he's just a permanent fixture in the bed. It'd be great if he could prove me wrong. And nobody's starting this guy. That's the thing. Nobody's even suffering directly from him. It's just your Jefferson owners, your Hawkinson owners, your Addison owners, all of those players, no value right now. So I'm looking forward to Max Brosmer, the Bros God, making his first start this weekend. And get ready for JJ Jettas to go back up to the moon with Max at the helm.
Not to be confused with the Boz God.
Yeah, these are
not to be confused with the Boz God. This is the Bros God. He doesn't have a hand motion yet, but
also Sean Tucker's head looks like it's been squished in a door.
Yeah, he got hit hard.
Yeah, and it's like because it's kind of like coming in the middle. So it looks like it got squished. So this side got pushed up, and this side got pushed down. It's kind of like a peanut, like a peanut that's still in the shell. So, anyways,
I would hate if my head was shaped like that because I'm bald on top of it, so everyone would really see what's going on. Yeah, the perfect hourglass head shape.
What every woman's looking for, just in a head. So I went ahead and I just put Lamar Jackson in the bed. For me, it's a temporary sleeping arrangement for Lamar. He's not a permanent bed shitter for me, but I think for this week, I just don't think I can trust him. If you have a better option, I think you should go with it. If you have something you're just more confident with, I think you should go with it at least for a week. I don't think he's right. I think he came back early because of the losing.
They needed it.
And the fact that they weren't going to make the playoffs without him, even him not 100%, he needed to come back. So I don't think he's 100%. He's not playing like himself, and they're winning. And what sucks is they're winning games, so it's they're getting no negative feedback on it. So yeah, I think you gotta just take a step back if you have an option. If you don't have an option better than Lamar, the potential of Lamar, then yeah, you got to roll with him. But if you got something else that you can do besides that, I would. Now, he's got the Bengals this week. If anyone gets right, it's against the Bengals. But the Bengals actually tried to play defense this past week. So
they've been trying.
Yeah, so that we might even get F there. And I feel like the Ravens are weird against divisional opponents. Sometimes
it's all divisional games. They're all just weird.
The Ravens won't show up for the divisional games sometimes. It's really annoying. So, anyways, yeah, I don't want to put Lamar in the bed. I think
I asked for a friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Asking for this is not for me. It's for a friend. They specifically want me to ask this tonight. Hypothetically speaking, if you had Lamar Jackson on your squad and you had two other quarterbacks, we'll just throw out there Justin Herbert for one, who plays Las Vegas next week, and assuming you had Jacoby Brissett as well off waivers, who plays Tampa Bay, or Lamar Jackson who plays the Bengals, who would you start? Remember, this is not biased. We're just asking for someone else here.
I would pick both options over Lamar.
Yeah. I mean, Brissett's been a good start too.
Listen, Patrick's pretty happy, so he'll get me anyway. It doesn't matter who I start.
Yeah, and also I think there's a job opportunity here for Coach V. He's been critical of the Ravens staff over the past couple of years, and from what I can tell, Coach V's the one that's correct here. Just rushing guys back. And if you truly care about these players, you're not going to do that. You're not going to treat your superstars like that. So let's go ahead and put that Ravens strength and conditioning squad in the bed.
Oh, boy.
But that was what?
All right. So next we have, let's switch it up a bit. We got some good things going on here. Some of these people we don't even recognize, but this is because they're a surprise. It's just like whenever you go to McDonald's, order that 10-piece, you count them out, make sure you didn't get shorted. Bam, 11th McNugget, and you have a good surprise for the week. So I guess we'll start with the only player that people recognize. Who put the man eating the dub up there?
Ooh, that's me. That's me. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put Jameis in this category. I thought he deserved to belong in the weights for men group quite frequently, but this definitely seems like a situation in which he's the type of guy who would prefer to be your 11th McNugget and see how happy you are when you open up that box and you like,
It's
and
more
just
fun.
imagine his face sitting inside that when you open up the box and he's the 11th McNugget and sees how happy you are. What's not to love about that? So that's why he got put in here instead of in the weight room or with the other boys. So he absolutely balled out against the Lions, who no one really thought they'd stand a chance against, and had the receiving touchdown. I believe he ended up being quarterback 1 on the week as well. 18 completions for 366 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. It was in the middle of that game, and he was playing out of his mind this week. And wife was watching. She says, "Why are they starting this dart guy if they got this guy on the bench?" Like, just wait for his next throw, and he like airballs it with what should have been intercepted probably. But we were joking at work. We're like, Winston's the guy who's going to end up with like 9 receptions for 500 yards on his stat line. You love watching him play, and he has great performances like these, or there's other ones where he belongs in the bed. So it's never somewhere in between. But this week, man, you're the 11th McNug.
Yeah. And that W is for Wandale Robinson because he deserves to be here too. So glad we got Wandale in there. But yeah, Jameis Winston, he's so cool too. Like whenever he scored that receiving touchdown, he just immediately went into like this dice rolling, like perfectly angled at the camera with his boys. Like he is so fun and cool. I love Jameis Winston. Let's eat a W.
What I love about the picture is he's eating the dub during preseason.
Yeah, it's not even his. It's Nelson's. Again, I put a couple on here. I put the Houston Texans defense. I didn't see how many points they scored exactly, but I know that they sacked Josh Allen like 8 times. Dominated. I mean, and if you have Josh Allen or you gave up multiple firsts to get him in a dynasty league, you're definitely feeling it this week. And
that was the one I almost lost to Matt, if you're wondering.
Yeah. And so the Texans defense, man, I don't know. I think they've really built something good over there. I mean, we knew it was a good defense, but honestly, like I'm sure some were shying away from the Bills. So I don't know how many people actually started this defense, but if you did, kudos. I'm sure it was a lot of points, and you're going to have a good time.
So who the fuck?
Daniel Wilson's in the green.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I did send those out at like 6 this morning, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm with it. Yeah. So I put him in the bed because against
this is the McNugget box.
Yeah, but against the coach's point, against Dr. Dry's point of the year of waiver wire pickups fucking up. This was one that worked out. Now, I think a lot of Josh Jacobs owners probably had Emmanuel Wilson already, just because Josh Jacobs, they used the shit out of him in Green Bay, and it makes sense to have him if you're a Josh Jacobs owner. But for those people who were able to get Emmanuel Wilson on the waiver wire, finally in 2025, a waiver wire running back worked out for you. And that's really nice. So I hope there's people out there who are who won their week because they picked up a guy. Yeah. Because that's what the waiver wire is supposed to do. It's supposed to give you this opportunity to improve your team during shitty times. And it hasn't been doing that. So it was really nice for Emmanuel Wilson, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I think you got to hang on to this guy. Josh Jacobs is vulnerable. And even if Josh Jacobs is 100% healthy, he's one, bad move, bad hit away from we got Emmanuel Wilson as the workhorse again. So whoever got him for the week, you might hang on to him for the rest of the season because you never know. He could be the one that wins you a fantasy championship.
As a hot take, it is handcuff season.
Oh,
You are
I
getting
think-
your guys that are the backup to your dude who is primarily injured or has spent most of their time being injured. Case in point. So if you were the Josh Jacob owner and you're running crazy without having a backup, this is what you end up with. You got to throw some other noob in there that doesn't score any but 5 points when you could have had Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, I have Emmanuel Wilson, and I don't even have Josh Jacobs, so I benefited greatly in a spot of need where, we're all looking for a starting running back here. But yeah, Emmanuel Wilson, he looked great. Unfortunately, I think he's a 1-week start because I think Josh Jacobs is going to be back this week. But thank you for your service, and thank you for joining the McNugget box. I put this guy in. Ever heard of Andy Borregales? I didn't until I picked him up when I needed a kicker this week, and he scored 18 points. So he was a last-second ad. Welcome long-term to the team. We'll look forward to putting you on our next list too. So, which speaking of, we've got a couple of viewers already. Let's bring some more people in. We're bringing the shirtless out. So this is the Weights for Men Flex of the Week. Week 12 edition. These are the men that we just want to brag on. We're proud of them. They're hot, they're sexy, and they are ready to show off what they got. And that's a good way to explain this award. So we do have a permanent fixture, Uncle Rico, down there parked right at the beach, ready to, he's got a shirt on, but I think he could take it off anytime he wants because he's a strong man. I hate how much they use Chuba Hubbard last night. It really should have been Rico's season. But I put 2 guys from the same team here, and just proud of them. I've had like BTJ and some guys who have been injured or underperformed, and I picked up this guy Mackle Wilson, owner of Mackle's Pizza. He's right there, the skinny fella flexing, perfect physique. He's been out of control. I forget how many catches he had again, but it was like he went over yards. Yeah, Peepaw the stat man will bring it up.
Yep.
I know he went like 15 for 185 the week before, and he had like 33.5 points or something. And this week
he had 18 targets, 15 receptions last week, 15 targets, 10 receptions this week.
Well, so he's cooling off a little bit, but still better than what most people put up. And the gentleman throwing it to him, Jacoby Brissett, needs to be started everywhere. Start him over Lamar Jackson. Start him over whoever, because since week 6, he has been the QB3 in fantasy. I stole that stat from the SiriusXM machine. That channel 87. Check them out if you have SiriusXM. Great place to get information. Very entertaining. But Jacoby Brissett, man, what a baller. Who would have thought we would have been talking about Jacoby Brissett saving our fantasy teams as we're fighting for playoff spots? And like, I have this one superstar team, and Jacoby Brissett is leading the way as our quarterback. So more Jacoby Brissett, keep it going. I think he can do better than QB3. I think he could be the QB2 over the next couple weeks, possibly. So let's keep the train rolling. Peeps, who you got up here?
Yeah, to be fair, we did mention that it is Call of Duty season. So the Kyler Murray trend tends to go hand in hand with that. So this all makes sense. So for this list here, I got the handsome feller that is absolutely jacked on the left side right there. I mean, the man, you don't know where his bicep stop and his hand begin.
He's all arms.
He's on. You don't need anything else. You can tackle a man with your just biceps when you're that large. And let me tell you what, he's absolutely been doing it. If you're in a IDP league, I know one of the guys in our league picked him up, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he's still out there, and he's been absolutely making hay out there. So 3 sacks past week with 2 forced fumbles, 5 tackles. Last week, 4 sacks, 5 tackles. So I do have the Browns defense, and I can definitely see that he is primarily making up all of the stats on that defensive scoring. So everywhere I have a defensive league, I am starting the Browns defense at least, and he's making it rain with points out there. So Myles Garrett deserves a little love on the defense in the Moits for Men section because he's putting in that work.
They play the Titans in not this week, but next week in Cleveland.
I'm sorry, Cam.
Yeah. Just stay healthy, Cam. But like, we're not expecting anything else. Just stay healthy.
If we had like a little Weights for Men trophy, the doc could deliver it to his doorstep. And
I know the neighborhood he lives in.
Yeah,
he doesn't
just
live
drop
far.
it right off.
Yeah, and if it's around Halloween time, I know what house is his. So he comes to Wadsworth Target quite often. So anyways, for the first time, someone who's bigger than whoever the hell's in this picture, like the player's actually bigger than the man in the picture. So we usually don't have beefcakes like this on here. I was gonna say Megan's going to that Browns Titans game, and like her and her friend, they don't even like football, but they might get to see some NFL history here in a couple weeks. And anyway, she has no clue, and they overpaid for the tickets, $25. Honestly, they should be about $5 or so. But if he is going for that record, they could flip those if they wanted. But anyways, excited for that. Sorry to cut you off, Coach.
So I think that'll be interesting. It might even they might even witness the first NFL death on a field. So they could be really traumatizing for them. Just putting that out there. So prepare yourselves. What did Joe? Oh, nice. Yeah.
Pastor Joe's in the house. And if there is a death, he needs to go see Pastor Joe and get baptized before the game, just in case.
So the whole Titans squad needs to just
they're all lined up pregame before they run down the tunnel to go out in the field.
Maybe Joe could get like a water gun of sorts, and he could just kind of mass baptize. I think that's probably the best.
Let's get this money.
So I got Chase Brown on here. Man, we were really down on CB to start the year after JB went down. Not Joe Bennett, Joe Burrow. And we're back on track with CB. He's doing great. And he's made it through the awkward Joe Flacco period. And now he's on the other side with Joe Burrow back. Good things should be happening for CB, Chase Brown, moving forward. So he deserves his flex of the week for first digging out of the pit and then maintaining fantasy value throughout the shit. And now he's ready to thrive.
And throw a fit.
Yeah, I was like, tits. I don't know where I'm going next.
Those tits.
But
yeah, here's to you, CB.
Can I throw one more thing out there? Honorary Christian McCaffrey, but I don't want to ever throw him out there. I played against him last night here. Take a guess at, let's see here. He had 31 touches last night. I don't know how the man's not broken yet. Take a guess at the total number of touches he's had this season where he's actually completed a reception or ran the ball.
298.
So close. 320.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so don't draft him next year. He's gonna have that touch drop.
And we still have a handful of games left, so he could reach 400 possibly at this rate. Yeah, it's gonna be unreal. I don't know how he stays healthy, but kudos to him for being him this season.
Get through the year. But yeah, that's all of our awards. And next we have sports. We have a brand new...
Brothers. They're back in town, boys.
Yeah.
Hello, listeners. I'm Francis, and I'm Frankie, and we are The Flood Brothers. Your basement is icky. Your pipes is leaky. Flood Brothers. Your crawl space is dank. Your toilet is stank. Flood Brothers. Call 222-FLOOD. That's 222-FLOOD. Flood Brothers.
I don't know if that number works. I'm just trying to figure that out. I don't know if that's a legal number.
That must be explaining
like-
the lack of business they've been having recently. No one can get a hold of them.
Crazy man.
L-O-O-G. That's 8. Isn't a number supposed to be
7?
They didn't even give an
No.
area code.
Great.
It should be 10.
Yeah,
It should be 10 digits.
yeah. So they're
Hey,
missing.
listeners.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Time for everyone's favorite segment now. Now that we've got the Flood Brothers out of the way. Time for Shoot Your Shot, boys. Take your shot on your guy that you think will have a good week this week, regardless of who they are. And we don't discriminate here. And even if it's a Cam Ward and you feel like he's going to do well again, hey, let us know. Shoot your shot. Who do you guys got starting at quarterback this week?
I want to go last because I have a few and I don't want to steal.
All right.
I've got Brock the Cock Purdy this week.
Oh,
I know he threw some picks last night, but he's getting all his weapons back. They're starting to flow again. And so I think this offense is going to keep improving. They've got Cleveland, right? I think they got Cleveland. So you can win against Cleveland. I think they can scheme around Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett will get his. I hope he does. I have him in IDP for at least one. So yeah, I hope he gets his. But yeah, I think that offense is they're kind of like Chase Brown. They started off funky. We were down on them. They kind of muddled through and maintained, and now they're might be trying to find their peak just at the right time. So yeah, start up Brock the Cock Purdy.
I mean, and realistically, that game last night, it should have been an absolute blowout had those 3 interceptions not happened. So I think here's the funny thing. We've seen the Panthers do some good things this season, but you can name probably half a dozen, if not more, teams where you're like, who are they? Are they any good or are they not good? We really don't know, and that's what I personally love about the season. It's been so much fun to watch. But this week, my shoot your shot is Herbie Fully Loaded, otherwise known as Justin Herbert. He going to play against the Raiders, and good things happen against the Raiders. Max Crosby is still probably going to get his chunk to eat. But we saw what Shadur Sanders, all-star quarterback for the retired number for the Colorado and college. So if he can do it against the Raiders, then why not Herbie? It's a right game after a pitiful outing before the bye week for them. And he should be able to get right this week. It's a nice little cakewalk, or at least should be for him. So Justin Herbert.
nice. Herbert the pervert.
Oh, that's his brother.
Oh, Jeff Herbert. All right. Speaking of Jays, I got a couple Jays here. Jacoby Brissett. I'd start him, fire him up. He's going against the Buccaneers. He's 81% rostered, so he's still floating around on some waivers. I mean, might be a good pickup. I think I dare say start him with confidence. And it's possibly a Bakerless Tampa Bay team, so could be in line for a good shootout. I don't know what's his Baker's backup looked pretty bad. Bridgewater looked pretty bad, but and then so this is going to sound really weird. If you don't have Jacoby Brissett, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow might be floating around somewhere. Someone might have, gotten bored with it, dropped him thinking he wouldn't be back this year. Jacoby, Joe Burrow, he's going against Baltimore. It feels like he's going to come back with a vengeance, but that depends on if he comes back. But Joe Burrow, definitely a risky start, but if you literally you have JJ McCarthy or something and that's your best quarterback, just start Joe Burrow. Even if he plays or not plays, he'll still get more points. So, but that's who I have for quarterback.
Hancock. Herbie Hancock. All right. Let's roll to the running back position. Coach, who you got?
So for running back, I'm going to go with RJ Harvey because he had the start. We weren't that excited about the start. And then they went on
hard
bye.
matchup.
Did you say hard nipple?
No, hard matchup. It was a hard matchup. It was a hard start. It was like, all right, finally got the start. Oh, it's KC. Oh.
Yeah, so I think it was kind of like a false start, if you will. And so I think this is going to be the real breakout. This will be the real start. They had a whole week in the bye week to figure that out. So yeah, I like RJ Harvey this week. I think it's a good situation for him, and I think it's just one of those things that it's easy. The way the NFL moves, it's easy to forget about stuff, and I think people have probably already forgotten that RJ Harvey's a starter. So yeah, fire him up. This one's for real.
All right. I got Woody Marks on this list. Skid Marks, as you may know him some weeks, but he is in a divisional matchup this week against the Colts. Kareem Hunt this past week was able to get over 100 yards against them. So Woody has shown promise in a handful of games this season, and I think there's a good possibility he's able to do it again this week in that divisional matchup. One thing with divisional matchups, it's either a complete shock, high scoring, or it's a complete dud and low score. So hoping for a high score game and Woody Marks to knock off a couple big runs this week.
I have, and I guess you could start him if you wanted to. It's probably for deeper leagues, but
have confidence in yourself.
Kind of I don't know. I wouldn't rush this guy out, but I just don't have any other ideas. So running back's pretty thin. So anyways, if you need to pick up a running back, Devin Neal, he was someone that I kind of liked coming out of college, out of Kansas. He is with the New Orleans Saints, terrific team in the NFC South there. Alvin Kamara is out. So Devin Neal, I want to say he caught all of his targets. He could definitely be of use if you need him. He's not a terrible running back. And then one thing to just monitor here, I believe that the practice window has opened for Omarion Hampton. So Omarion Hampton possibly making the return this week. I don't know. I'm gonna guess it might be next week, but I don't think that they want to like rush him out or anything because he is a prize of a running back. But yeah, Omarion Hampton, monitor that situation, check those notes daily. And if he's fired up and they say he's full go, I'd start him.
All right. Wide receiver. Them guys who catch the ball, supposedly.
I'll go. It's not a good idea at all, but but
you're shooting your shot.
Yeah, if you're into this sort of thing, Brandon Cooks has just been signed by the Buffalo Bills. They have no receivers, so they got to throw it to somebody. I mean, I think he might still have the skill set. I don't know, but I'd pick him up. I don't know if I'd start him. So maybe this isn't a good shoot your shot. Maybe this is just a pick this guy up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Michael Wilson, fire that guy up every time.
Okay, even with what do you do when Marvin Harrison comes back? Do you still start him?
Well,
that's a legitimate question.
Yeah, I now think that Michael Wilson is better than MHJ, but like he wasn't doing anything with MHJ there, so maybe he
goes also
back.
Kyler at quarterback, so
that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Jacoby and Michael are best friends now. So I don't know. I'd give it a go.
They had a couple weeks to bond. So
yeah.
All right, Coach. I want you to go next. I want to go last with my bomb.
I got Andre Iosivas. So yeah,
Nice.
I think it's a fun one. He was an interesting start last week because of Jamar Chase, and then he's an interesting start this week because of T. Higgins. So yeah, and this is with Joe Burrow, offense clicking. I think it should be a high flying affair. It's Thursday or Friday?
Thursday night.
Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, kind of a fun game for players to get up for. And I think Burrow has good chemistry with Yosibas. I say it Asian, but I think he's Mexican or Hispanic. I don't know what he'd be looking like. I haven't seen him. He's never
been my card.
If we don't know what he looks like, that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It means he's never been in the bed and he's never been a Hillshire boy, but he's also never been a flex or a good man.
All right, do you want to know how wrong you are?
Is he just a white dude?
He is Filipino and Romanian descent, born in Tokyo to a Filipino mother and a Romanian father after moving to Hawaii when he was 4 years old. He became an American citizen at 17. Now identifies as an American and represents the United States.
So he is a product of desegregation. like he mixes everywhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a blender. We're all
invite
friends.
Yosibas to your next party. He'll relate with someone there, guaranteed.
He's that in like I forget what demographics. He's that 1% Pacific Islander in your city. That's his family.
But he's not in my city. My wide receiver shoot your shot this week is Jerry Jeudy.
Ugh.
Here we go.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the Now, what if, hypothetically speaking, he's been sandbagging this whole season? Now with Shador, him and Shador are best friends, hypothetically speaking, and they are able to unlock something with Jeudy and Sanders. When Sanders completes 10 of his passes. And this next week, they are playing the 49ers, who crippled on defense. And over the past 4 weeks, have been allowing pretty significant number of points to wide receivers, have the 49ers. So I think this might be a position in which Jerry Jeudy, which, Doc, I want to say we drafted him preseason in one of our best ball leagues.
We might have.
So this is a week where we'll finally reap the reward of that for our last place potential teams. So not tooting the horn yet, but it's a possibility. So potential for Jerry Jeudy. Look at him to knock something out this week. So tight ends, wrap it up here. What you got?
Yeah, my tight end. This is probably the one I feel most confident about. He came back last week after being out for a couple months. Get familiar with Brenton Strange. He dominated target share. He looked great. I think he's someone that Trevor Lawrence is extremely, familiar with. It's not strange throwing it to Brenton. He's definitely having a good time. So I think that continues. I think, and I know BTJ's back, but I mean, it's not like he was doing anything before. So rest in peace. But yeah, Brenton Strange is my tight end, and I think he's got some long-term value as well. So if he's floating out there, go pick him up.
In starting. Yeah, my guy is related to the Kamara injury. Taysom Hill. Gotta have him. He's entering his weird window of the season where he does stuff. So get ready to have some fun.
This guy's strange.
Hey, the football guys reported that he got 8 touches in the red zone last week. So he's being given opportunities to score. And with Kamara out, I think he's going to be given even more opportunities. They love to use him in weird and wonky ways. So I don't think I think people have snapped him up, honestly. He may not be out there. You might have to trade for him. I think you should give someone the bag for Taysom Hill this week.
All right. I was just placing my waiver bid on Brenton Strange. You just talked me into it. So this week I have Mandrews. I'm looking for him to have a bounce back game this week. We talked about Lamar not performing well, but this past week he had 1 reception for 9 yards. And I don't know if we know football, but that is not a great score. So they play against the Bengals, who have, I think they're probably by far the worst team against the tight end. We saw what Hunter Henry was able to do this past week against the Bengals, and it was like no other wide receiver existed on the Patriots except for Hunter Henry. So I do think that Mandrews will have a good chance to get a good number of receptions. If it's not Mandrews, then we know it's Isaiah Likely, who will frustrate quite a bit of people out there. So look at one of the 2 tight ends for the Ravens this week.
Yeah, and Brenton Strange plays the Titans, so that's great.
All right, boys. Well, I think that's all the Shoot Your Shot this week.
What a wild show. Anything to look forward to this week? Can anyone think of anything?
Make sure.
Well, don't forget to wake up, Matt. And if you need to, maybe record us on the pod, maybe saying, "Welcome to 5th Quarter Fantasy Cast, it's me, Coach B." That could be your alarm for the morning. And that, I know that gets you up, so you should listen to that. Also, it's weird. It's a weird week. There's Thursday games, there's Friday games, there's Sunday games. Are there Saturday games? If they're not, there will be in a week or two. So
yeah, they're coming up. No, they're all Sunday.
I think the weird part of the year where there's games for 4 or 5 days is happening. So
it's great.
You gotta neglect work and just check constantly, be on sleeper constantly, and just know when all these games are. So I know it starts at 1:00 on Thursday. So there's basically think of it like you would Sunday, except just 1 game per slot. So there's a 1:00 game, a 4:00 game, and like an 8:00 game. So and then there's a Friday. I want to say it's Friday at 3:00 or something dumb or 2:00 Central.
It is. Oh, look at you go! Yes, 2:00 Central, 3 Eastern.
And then I think we get into
this man knows his time zones.
He does.
My time zones. I've lived in both. So yeah, you got all that going on. I will not be here next week, so I'm going to be on the Polar Express. Not just me. It's going to be with my family. So so I am going to have the kids and the wife with me. So it's not just me being creepy getting on the Polar Express by myself. Just wanted to clear that.
I would pay to see Doc riding it by himself with a Santa hat on.
Yeah, in my pajamas.
Yeah.
Are you going to wear pajamas?
Hell no. I'm going to wear my business clothes.
Do you think other adults are going to wear pajamas?
Oh, there's going to be some real weirdos there. We're definitely going to be keeping the kids close to us. But yeah, I'll be on the Polar Express, non-refundable tickets. So these 2 guys will be carrying 5th Quarter Fantasy Cast next week.
And with that,
and it might be at a different time. I know they don't like doing the show this late. So we'll, if we find out what time it is, I'll put it out on social media, or we'll have our social media manager do it. We haven't heard from him in weeks.
Well, he's got a new job. He's the mayor of Shittsville or something.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
My one thing is to you're going to have more players playing on Thursday and Friday, so make sure to shift those guys out of your flex positions if possible, and keep an eye out for that. So we push towards 2 weeks until your playoffs, in theory, for most leagues. So keep up the good fight.
Keep fighting. And then there's also 5 things that you need to do. So make sure that everybody does these 5 things. and they are live, laugh, love, lack, and subscribe. Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast.
Space between the song of birds, the rest of the birds.